Howdy, howdy, hi, hi. Good morning from the streets of Hong Kong. Always representing Syndicate Original. We've got a typhoon rolling in this weekend, so I'm having a very low-key weekend in the city. We've got a few errands to run, so I thought I'll just bring you along on the journey. First stop, I am heading out to meet one of my girlfriends. We're going to do a little walk across the harbour before the storm rolls in because the sky is looking beautiful for the moment, so get outside whilst you can, and it's not too hot. So we're going to do a little hot girl walk on the harbour. I might pick us up a couple of matches, and then I'm going to meet her down there. Then I've got lots of things to do, just errand wise, around Central. I think I'm going to go and try and get my film camera fixed, and then I'm also going to go to Pilates. I need to make a return in Cotton On, and of course I'll need to eat something at some point. So come with me for a day of fun. Okay, I secured the matcha. Don't ask me how much it cost me. Hong Kong prices still break my heart. I mean, I know they're the same as London prices, but I feel like £6 for a drink is kind of criminal, but it also gives you a little bit of joy that I can't even tell you about. Like, just walking around with these silly little matcha latte, it gives me a bit of joy. Anyway, lattes secured. Now it's a race against time because it's iced, so I have to run to the waterfront before it melts because it's 95 degrees out here. Wow, wow, wow. It's beautiful. And it's very, very, very hot. Finished our little harbour walk. Off now to Pilates. Bought a little, it's just a morning of beverages, to be honest. Bought a little kombucha, got a little matcha. Water, yes, I've had water because I am wet through. I just need it all. Like, that's not a good look. Okay, so I did my little reformer Pilates. That was so good. It feels so good to move my body again. So naturally, after a workout, gotta refuel. I've come to Treehouse, fancied something a little bit fresh. It's like a bowls, flatbreads kind of situation. You just order on the little screens here. And yeah, then obviously same like normal, order on the screen, comes to your table. Super easy and delicious and nutritious. I think that's my bowl. Yay! It looks so good, and then I can get my lemonade from the fridge. There's my lemonade, but I don't have hands. You know, when you're so hungry that you eat so fast, then you get full so fast. So I got a little takeaway box because I know I'll be hungry later on for the rest of my salad. Now I'm heading to Cotton On to return some dresses, which I'm very proud of myself because normally I'm not good at returning things, but I did a junk boat last weekend and I was having a bit of a crisis, as we do. I didn't feel good in anything that I owned. I decided I had no clothes, and then I went and I got a couple of dresses, and then I ended up wearing something that I already owned, and now I need to return the dresses. So I'm going to do my return really quickly, and then I'm going to go to the camera shop, which I'm really excited about because I really want this film camera to work. I think it will be so cool and take really cool summery pics, but if I can't get it fixed, big sad. A bit weird. She said I can only return or exchange one time. Now that to me meant that I can only exchange that item one time. But does she mean that I can only return to this store one time? That seems crazy. Because what if I buy something else that doesn't fit me and I need to return it? That seems kind of crazy. Anyway, to the camera shop we go. Okay, this is where the camera store is. Okay, in really sad news, my camera can't be fixed. But I think maybe I should just buy one of these reusable disposable cameras because then I could still get some shots. The lenses aren't as good, but they're like $300, and I think I can still have fun. It's kind of big and clunky, but also kind of cute. It does look a bit like a topless camera, but let's see. It looks like this. Wait, is this the same one? Yeah, it's gonna look like this. It's kind of cute. Okay, the man in there is so sweet. I am obviously a very amateur photographer. When I say amateur, like I want to just play. I ended up getting this Fujifilm jelly camera. It's really cool. It's transparent or translucent, so you can see the inner workings of the camera, and it's like a reusable film camera. So when I was younger, I had the disposable ones. It's like one-time use, whatever. This one's just reusable, but not the same, and not the same as like obviously the electronic ones or the automatic ones. The films aren't as good. Like all the films are, I think they're acrylic. Sorry, not the films. The lenses are acrylic instead of being like glass and good and whatever. But it was £30, and I think that with my other camera not working, until I can find another one like that, he said it's not even worth getting it fixed, because he was like, you know, for someone to look at it, it's gonna cost X amount of money, and then they might not even be able to fix it. So he was like, you're probably better off just buying a new one, or a new old one. So I was like, well, whilst I'm waiting and I still want to take cool, cute pictures, I'm just going to get that one. It's got the Fujifilm in it right now, but then you can obviously reload it with whatever film you want. So I think it is a good option. I think I'm still going to want to get one of those automatic ones, but I think I need to do some more digging and some more research to make sure I get one that works. But yes, that was kind of a fun purchase. Treat yourself. So we're having a little afternoon drinky poo. This is my camera. How cute is this? We ordered pizza. I've already inhaled 3 slices.
You're gonna hear my munching sound from the background.
Munch away.
It's like ASMR.
I'll do it too. Okay. So
do these ones. And then get this on.
That is the ugliest thing.
With my fillet. The claw.
Okay, so we ordered pizza and we also ordered wine. However, I don't really often drink at home. Actually, I don't drink at home. So
You were like 28, we should know how to open them.
I don't have a bottle opener, and I also don't know how to open a bottle of wine. I think logistically I know how, but I don't trust that I can do it properly.
Yeah.
And we've asked the apartment, we've asked the room, and they also do, that's a can opener.
Sure, you can do it within that.
And they also don't know how to open a bottle of wine.
Before.
So we have some options.
Do you get that? I'm just raw dogging the dirt.
No, it's fine. We have some options. We either go and buy a bottle opener and do a YouTube tutorial on how to open a bottle of wine, or I just go downstairs, because I live on a street full of bars. I just go downstairs and I say, help me, could you please open my bottle of wine?
You just stand in the middle and you're just crying.
Help me, I just want to open my wine. Okay. We're going onto the street to see who will open our wine. Yay, this man's gonna open our bottle of wine. Yay! We did it. Well, we didn't do it. Someone did it for us, but we have wine. Done, girls. That was very, very efficient of us. Success. Yay. Oh my goodness, the heavens have opened. The T8 is about to arrive, I'd say. I want to get the lightning on film, but you just don't know when it's going to strike, do you? That's the thing about lightning. Oh my gosh, I don't even see the rain. It's such bouncy. There was the lightning. Ooh, feels like a cozy night in. So, after pizza and wine, we were just sitting chatting, and me and a lot of my friends actually are Pilates instructors. Obviously, I went to a Pilates class today, and so did my friend. And we just got chatting, and we were like, we really miss teaching. And I'm only certified on the reformer, and I've wanted to get my mat certification for a really long time. And with doing uni and like all of those things, I've just never had the moment to do it. But uni's done. And I can only really have a break for a very short period of time until I'm like, okay, what can I do now? So I just emailed a studio to see if I could maybe do my mat qualification in the coming weekends. The studio is in Singapore, and it is it's an in-person qualification, but sometimes they can do it online. So that's why I've emailed them, but I've emailed them to ask them if they could potentially do the qualification as an online qualification as well, and I could sort of like zoom in from Hong Kong. So my wild Saturday evening consists of brushing up a little bit of my anatomy whilst the storm is raging outside. A very good morning from a very, very wet and rainy Hong Kong. It is officially T9, I think. T8 is the signal where kind of everything closes, so T9 is pretty bad. This is what's going on outside my window right now. There's not a soul out there. And you can see how fast the rain is going. I think it's time for a bit of breakfast. A little matcha maybe. I got that pretty perfect if you ask me. So my body's probably going to mold into the sofa. I had my matcha. I've started watching Sex and the City from the beginning. And as a 27-year-old, it's hitting way harder than whenever I've watched it before, which is crazy. But my friend was just texting me and she's like, what are you doing today with the typhoon, blah, blah, blah. She told me about something called astrocartography or something like that. I don't know. And I've got nothing else to do and I'm intrigued. So I'm about to ask ChatGPT my astrocartography. I don't know if even that's the right word. Okay, so ChatGPT thinks that I am aligned, generally speaking, in Portugal or Brazil or, and this is the one that's a bit like, woo, Australia, because I've been thinking about Australia a lot recently. I really, really enjoyed my time there when I went a couple of years ago. And yeah, I do feel really aligned there. And I should be going back in October. And I just have this feeling I'm going to get drawn in. So that one was interesting. But yeah, I mean, it's not that deep. It's just a bit of fun. But yeah, it is interesting. The Hong Kong Observatory has lowered the signal, which means things have started to open again and it's not so dangerous to go outside. So I was like, you know, let's go out, let's have a bit of dims. It's been a bit of a weird day for me, if I'm honest. I was starting to get a bit in my head because I felt a bit COVID-y, and I know that sounds really dramatic, but you might not know this about me. I lived COVID in China and in Hong Kong, and so I did a lot of not being able to go outside and sitting at home. And yeah, sitting at home alone today, I started to feel a bit like, oh no, it's happening again. And then I had to sort of tell myself, it's not happening again, it's just weather, and weather will pass. And if you do want to go outside, you can go outside, it's just at risk of being blown away. And so I think it's just going to be really good for me to see the outside world today, and have a bit of a nice meal, because that's what makes me happy. It's a Sunday, I don't know if I told you that, and I was feeling major cozy vibes, especially being at home. It was raining outside, just felt like England cozy vibes. So naturally I've been craving a roast. There's a pub down the road from me, like a bit of a gastro pub type concept called The Globe, and they're still serving their Sunday roast. So now that the signal's been lifted, I was like, let's go for a roast. So might have a roast, might have a pie, not sure yet. Oh yeah, yep. This is exactly what I wanted. I got a side plate so I could carve up my chicken, so my chicken's on, and that looks like craziness. But it'd make quite a nice soup. And now we can dig in. And that's how it's done on a Sunday. Right, here's the crumble. It's a bit too poncy for my liking, but it'll do. This is the dinner conversation right now. Have you ever had a sugar butty? That to me is crazy. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying I wouldn't like it, I'm sure I would. I can imagine there's some kind of texture to it as well if it's granulated, but a sugar butty is crazy. Jam sandwich, 100% sugar butty. I'm intrigued. Guys, you know how I feel about custard, it is the elixir of life. And so naturally I want the dregs. And I'm back in my humble abode, but it was so nice to go out for a little bit. The T8 signal's been dropped, it's T3. I think I already told you that. So business as usual tomorrow. I'm going to love you and leave you now. I'm going to get ready. I'm going to go to bed because it's been a very exhausting day. This was a bit of a weird weekend typhoon vlog, but if you liked it, let me know in the comments, and hopefully I'll see you again soon. Bye!